all of you and a heartfelt namaste. I, Anuradha Sharda, would like to thank all of you for watching my videos, writing in your comments and your suggestions. This video is dedicated to one of our viewers, Shilpa. She had requested for a video on Ekadashi Tithi. So, thank you so much for your suggestion, Shilpa, and this video is dedicated to you. So, we are going to start with Tithi. Before we start with Tithi, why is the Panchang very important? The Panchang is not just about Tithi, Vara, Karan, Yog, Nakshatra. Um, it's not just about that. It is about the five primordial elements: air, water, earth, fire, and space that makes every bit of the universe. So, when we come to know about how these interact in our chart and what they give us in return, they govern everything, right from relationships to your health quotient, be it your wealth, be it your relationship, be it your career, be it how much happy or unhappy you're going to be in life. Every small bit is being governed by these elements, that is Tithi, Vara, Yog, Karn, and Nakshatra. Today we are going to talk about Tithi and Ekadashi Tithi in particular as per requested by Shilpa. So now when we're talking about Tithi, what are the things that we need to be very careful about? What do we need to see? Tithi has Devta. We all know that. That's easily available information. Again, there are certain things that make a Tithi very strong. That is the Dagdha Rashi, which again I have made a video on, and you can watch it on YouTube on my channel. And again, they have five kind of Tithis are available: Nanda, Bhadra, Jaya, and it is also about Frikta Tithi and the Purna Tithi. So today when we're talking about Ekadashi, uh, the type of Tithi that Ekadashi is, it is known as the Nanda Tithi. And Nanda Tithi, the planet associated with it is Mars. When we're talking about Tithis, again, because it is about our prosperity, it is about the wealth quotient and our relationships. In such a case, Venus, which gives us wealth, status, and relationships, because we should not forget the fact that Venus is the ruler of the second house of education and family and the seventh house of relationships, be it professional or personal, in our chart. So, these are the factors that are very important to be checked and to verify. When we're talking about Mars in our chart, because Ekadashi is again Ananda Tithi, that needs to be ascertained, and the position of Venus needs to be ascertained. This Ekadashi Tithi has a lot of peculiarities, because every tithi has a lot of peculiarities. Again, there are two pakshas, the Shukla Paksh and the Krishna Paksh. Both of them will again have a slightly different connotation, because they have another parameter which is very intense to be dealt with now over here. So, but basically, is a very similar pattern also associated with the Ekadashi Tithi, and that is that these people are very firm in their objectives. Once they set their mind on a certain goal, they will work very dedicatedly towards that goal. And to attain that, be it a relationship, that can be a love relationship, that can be your work ethics, but more than that, it is about your earning a certain amount of repute in society, a standings in society, and building up relationships with others. And it is also about earning wealth. So these are the things that these people are very focused about when we're talking about the Ekadashi Tithi. And once they decide what they want in life, they will always move ahead for that. Again, there are certain things that they should always do to be able to achieve their goals. Goals for them are achievable, because Mars, being a planet of energy, will always provide that kind of energy for them to move ahead. And Nanda means happiness. So they would have the ability to gain happiness from the relationships, or in terms of money, they would be able to earn enough to gain happiness in life. But what is required for them to earn this happiness, to get that beautiful relationship, they have to work to develop skill sets. These skill sets, if they have the ability to develop within themselves, that will lead them to become as proficient as possible in their fields and to get a name and fame. Again, these people are very quiet, they're very observant, and they are very calm in their disposition. Very calmly, very quietly, they would continue to do what is required to achieve their set goals of monetary goals or personal life goals, and very well go ahead and get them. So, having said that, let us see what the Shastras have to say about Ekadashi Tithi. So, for Ekadashi Tithi, um, Mansagri says that such a person will have little desire. He will be honored by the king. So, in that case, such people can be nowadays when we have more of a government kind of an establishment, and we also have a very strong societal rules and acknowledgements. So, such people can be awarded by the society, people in the society, and they can also get a lot of government recognition. Such people can be pious, they will be wealthy, and they will be intelligent. In the olden times, children, especially sons, were considered a blessing. And so, and in today's day and age, as a very senior astrologer, Chandrasekhar Sharma ji always says that everything is kal sapeksh. That means it changes with time. So we also need to modulate things with desh kal patra. Today even girls are counted to be blessings, so we should be taking that into account here. Yavana Jataka says that such a person would be an astute businessman. He would have artistic disposition and will be a righteous and a focused person. These are the qualities that a person has, unless and until your Mars or your Venus are badly afflicted. Again, it also means that if you do not if you want to be a very on the very high path of getting what you want, achieving your successes in your monetary goals and your personal or professional goals, in that case it is very much required that you get this kind of disposition where you are a focused person and you are on the path of righteousness. Jatak Parijata says that such a person will be devoted to God and Brahmins and will be wealthy with many servants. Hora Ratnam says that one born on Ekadashi will be a specialist in many kind of business activities. He will be skillful in artistic pursuits, truthful and firm in aims. So the crux of the matter that comes here is that such a person would be very truthful, very firm, of a firm disposition, can have an artistic temperament, but be very wise and very focused. So all these things are very important as an inherent quality when we are talking about the Ekadashi Tithi. So let us take a few examples and see how it pans out for the people. Dr. B.V. Raman, a very well known scientist who established the Indian Council of Astrological Sciences, he was born on the Ekadashi. He was born on Krishna Ekadashi. Now, Mars, which is a planet for this Nanda Tithi, and Venus, which in general talks about tithis, it is the wealth quotient as well as your relationship quotient. A very beautiful thing that we can see in his chart is that Mars and Venus are sitting in the seventh house. Mars is the lord of the third house and the 10th house. And it is a fixed sign. And this Mars happens to aspect the Lagna. When Mars aspects the Lagna, it's a very beautiful thing because this person becomes very energetic. Again, from the fixed sign. So that means there's always the aspect of the work that he does, the energy quotient that he has is consistent, is working throughout. And this sign is a fire sign, is the sign of the Leo. So Leo, in general, we know any planet in Leo tends to give you a social standing, it gives you a celebrityhood. And again, it depends on the deshkal patra, the kind of person you are, what you have done also will matter. And then again, it's a fire sign, and Mars is again a fire planet. So this gives him a great boost, a futuristic boost into getting his work done, being very principled. There are few things that he was very set about, and he did them no matter what the opposition was. Mars here also aspects his 10th house, so he got a lot of money out of his profession. He got a public standing because relationships, where we're talking about, he got a lot of recognition in society. Again, Venus, which is the quotient of Tithi, is sitting in the seventh house right there with this Mars. And this combination gave him a very passionate nature, not just for his professional relationship, but also about his personal relation and also about doing his work, getting, achieving success and getting that recognition everywhere. So, this is how we see about Dr. V.V. Raman. Uh, None of us can do without penicillin now, and the inventor Alexander Fleming was also born on Ekadashi Tithi. For him, again, Mars is in a fixed sign. It's in a earthy sign, which is a very commercial sign for that matter. And when we look at the chart of Dr. B.V. Raman, we see it's the fifth house of the natural zodiac, which also talks about the mantra shakti. It also talks about higher intelligence powers, and it also talks about the siddhis, or the or your powers that one can, occult powers that one can have. Whereas when we talk about Fleming's chart, Alexander Fleming's chart, here we see that in his chart it's a very commercial place. It's a very, very typically hard working and a very fixed sign that Mars is sitting in, and it is sitting in the 12th house of the natural zodiac. So in his chart, it can be understood that this Mars would give him a hard working attitude. At the same time, we can um, understand that this Mars, as the Lord of the sixth house, would also mean that again a lot of hard work can be understood from his chart. 11th lord being Mars, because his lagna is the Gemini lagna. 11th, as 11th lord, Mars also gave him the ability to rise up in society, because it shows relationships, it shows the ability to form big circles, though he was a very quiet and a shy man, because we're talking about relationships, and we are also talking about the ability to earn wealth. Because he was a very shy man, he kept quiet. This 11th lord did give him a lot of money, and it did give him a lot of recognition, make him part of a lot of societies. But the best part is, this placement of Mars in the 12th house also made him give away a lot of money that he received from others in charity. Venus, the lord of the 5th house and the 12th house, happens to be placed right there on the lagna, that is on Gemini lagna. So Venus, as we told, is important to see that Venus and Mars, again Venus in the lagna. And so fifth house is again the inventions. Fifth house and 12th house are both about the discoveries and applying your brains to find things out. And 12, so Venus does give him those things, gives him an international recognition also, along with Mars. And we see how they're very firm. These people have been very firm on their principles and have stood their ground doing what they wanted to do, and have gained recognition as a result of being born in this tithi with consistent hard work, because Mars here is the planet of Nanda Tithi. So if you've liked this video, if you have found interesting facts about it, and you see it being applied on your charts, do write in your comments and let us know how you found it, and also your suggestions about what next you do.